Let's see what's on. Skip that. I wonder what's on. Okay. Looks like everything is all good. Yeah. Oh yeah. We are so back with Saturday morning cartoons. So for those who do not know, TUBI has recently acquired a lot of Hanna-Barbera, Cartoon Network, and Warner Brothers' library of a lot of hidden gems in the heavy hitter kind of series. With this being the case, you can watch a lot of Cartoon Network, Hanna-Barbera, and Warner Brothers original series all over again. The list includes Animaniacs, Eddy and Eddy, Pinky and the Brain, Foster's Home, Dexter's Laboratory, Tiny Teen Adventures, Powerpuff Girls, just to name a few of them. This news came out a year or two after the purge of many Cartoon Network, Warner Brothers, and Hanna-Barbera libraries being removed off the service for no apparent reason. And we're supposed to believe that was restructuring of Warner Brothers Discovery, and they're now sticking with the Mountain, their competitor, the one that owns Transformers, SpongeBob, and many other brands. Yeah, I think you know where I'm going with this. Warner Brothers has just not had the best reputation nor the best shape within this decade for film companies and entertainment businesses and many other things. You know what I mean. But getting past that, TUBI, a streaming service that I never personally thought would invest within nostalgia, because the fact that it is not necessarily nostalgia per se, but as a huge variety of nostalgic content. Yeah, it's kind of strange. So here's how I'm gonna put it. All the way back, I want to say back in 2024, like early to mid 2020s, many people were looking for later seasons of the Flintstones, you know, the Jetsons and Scooby-Doo, because guess what? They got removed off of HBO Max. And guess who was the supplier? TUBI. TUBI was the one. Then guess what? TUBI, aka the Fox Corporation, gets a 6-year access to the Looney Tunes library. So we're already off to a great start here. And guess what? Cartoon Network, you know, a lot of the original content, it's not rerunning on Adult Swim's Checkered Past block. It's not airing anywhere else. Why don't they have it? It's not airing on Boomerang. Why can't they have it? And so, finally, our dreams came to life. And I'm personally happy it's that way. Ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea how long I've been waiting, alongside many others, for these kinds of series to be on a specific platform.
You see, when HBO Max launched, we all thought this was going to be the permanent platform for all of the Warner content. Only to find out that due to corporate restructures, that reality and the dream was utterly destroyed during the HBO Max, or aka Shift to Max content purge. Mind you, this is more than just Cartoon Network. Looney Tunes, Hanna-Barbera, and Tom and Jerry, the three biggest names within animation, got removed from their own parent company. That's how bad things got for Warner Brothers Discovery and HBO Max as a streaming service. So to see this shift really happen from a streaming service that is completely declining after only being 6 years on the market to eventually a full on streaming platform that you can watch for free with occasional ads. Yeah, I think you know what the best bet is for that.
So after looking at the platform, I will say that the preservation is pretty spot on as to what Warner Brothers Discovery did with HBO Max back in 2020 when these classics were starting to roll onto the platform. I will say the one complaint that I had with TUBI, and this has been pretty common for stuff, such as these shows, shows they have gotten in the past with, the license for, Magic School Bus or like Alf. I will say the one common complaint was that there will be a lot of times where these kinds of series will indeed stutter, and whereas movies, they're like in the best quality possible. That may be because it's like, maybe this is just how the archives usually run on Tubi. Like, let's say that pretty much it's a surge stress on their end. Like, their service cannot handle the amount. I mean, we're talking about a full-on library that, like, got purchased this year, and it so far in the span of a week or two has seen just a great run. But hey, who knows? Maybe they're kind of updating things within the process. I kind of feel as if that's the case, because why wouldn't they? And I mean, that's the one thing that Tubi, I think, compared to any other streaming service, is mostly specializing in. They're listening to the fans, they're listening to the feedback, and they know who their target audience is, in which it's a bunch of people who are nostalgic, like I myself. Now, do I wish there was more? Boy, howdy, I wish there was more. I wish there was more stuff such as the late 2000s cartoons, like, Chowder and Flapjack. Stuff like Regular Show and Adventure Time from the 2010s. That would have been a nice addition. But, I mean, this list isn't as terrible. I mean, this is beyond fantastic. This is immaculate and elite compared to any other streaming platform that I have seen having cartoons. Disney. Come on, no Disney. You can do better. Nickelodeon. You as well with Paramount. My only question with Tubi is, how long are these cartoons going to stay on the platform? Because I do know that Warner Bros. Discovery will someday indeed say, hey, let's have these shows back. We might put some on our streaming service. We might end up departing some. And that's not what I want. I actually want good preservation from a company that won't even budge to merge with another, which is the exact reason as to why it feels very untrustworthy with Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount merging together. Paramount Skydance. Yeah, they're both merging, making Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon's rivalry come to a conclusion, which is kind of unfortunate because they have been rivals for years upon years. And with that, comes many different changes, and that's what I'm concerned about for current modern day Cartoon Network and modern day Nickelodeon. That's my current issue with that. But, you know, I think it's clearly official. Cartoon Network is just a side hustle for Warner Brothers Discovery. They don't need it, and that's probably the reason as to why they ultimately ended up giving away their contents to a free to watch ad based streaming product. And so I think that's one of the best decisions that they ever made, because it's really tragic to see what's going on behind the scenes over at Cartoon Network. I mean, we lost headquarters. We literally are losing hours because of the fact that Adult Swim is literally taking its place each hour. And overall, it just seems as if the future of Cartoon Network looks bleak. But hey, that's just cable in general. Cable has been dying, and that's something to not be concerned about, because we have it at home. We don't have to get a cable set anymore for all these oldies but goldies. Anyways, overall, I do think this is great. I do hope that there's more added in the future, because right now we're at phase 1. Imagine if we're at phase 6 and we have more than what that list provided. Maybe there will be some surprises or not. Who knows? We'll see. But that's going to be about it. Let me know down below what you guys think about all of this. Do you think that there should be more? Do you think that some quality changes should be made to these cartoons on TUBI's end? Let me know down below. And overall, I'll see you guys next time.
Cartoon!
Alright. Here goes nothing.